Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Dave from StructuredStrength.com, and today we're going to talk about the split jerk. Sorry, hold on. Sorry. Got a scratch in my throat and wouldn't go away. Yeah, you're still filming? All right, so split jerks. So I personally feel that sometimes split jerks can be more complicated than cleans, and for some people more complicated than snatches. And part of it is because the mobility for the front rack, where the weight is in your feet. I feel like people often think about the split jerk as the easiest part, so they don't put time in it, right? So we focus on cleans, we focus on snatches, we think about the jerk after the clean, whatever. Yeah, I can do it. I push press, I push jerk, I strict press, whatever it is. And I think there's a lot of ways we can get better at it. So first off, treat the split jerk like an actual skill that you need to learn instead of something you just do after the clean, right? So split jerks are tough. There's a lot of speed, a lot of coordination, a lot of agility, a lot of balance put into it. So let's think about it as practicing instead of just training it. So what I'm talking about is we want to make sure we keep the percentages low and break it down. So the first part of the lift that we want to work on is the actual dip. So what has a tendency to happen is any part that we kind of is hard or we don't like, we don't spend a lot of time in it, like the bottom of the squat. We don't like to spend time there. The bottom of the deadlift, we don't spend time pausing, tempo, doing deficits, stuff like that. So what I'm talking about with the split jerk is once we get set up, all right, when I set up and dip, most people don't spend any time in feeling out this position, getting stronger and more comfortable. So one of the ways we get stronger and more comfortable is we can dip and hold, and I'm making sure I'm balancing my feet. Make sure you're not all the way back, make sure you're not all the way forward. My big toe is down, I am balanced, my quad should be lit up, my back shouldn't be overextended, and stand. You can actually load this up 120%, 130% of what you normally clean and jerk, just to get used to that and get comfortable and to kind of build that groove so you don't have to think about it when you get there. So what I personally have to do with some of our athletes, if they have a hard time in split jerks, we notice their weight shifts when they dip, we'll literally just do like 3 sets of 3, work up to 5 sets of 3, going from anywhere 80% your max jerk all the way up to like 120% of your max jerk over time. But treat this as you have to focus and be perfect with it, because then everything after that will get better. If we don't have the dip strong, we don't have the dip solid, if our chest drops, if our weight's off on our feet, everything after that is going to get messed up. So don't skip this silly little movement that seems so stupid, but will make everything better afterwards. Next what we have is support overhead and kind of dialing in our split stance. So we see a lot of people do split jerks where it's more of like a dip, drive, and pray instead of a solid foundation. Now, most of the time when you go for a 1 rep max, that split jerk's going to get a little messy. It happens. You see it in Olympic level athletes winning gold medals. I think there was just worlds going on recently, crazy records being broken. But we don't really spend time there, right? So all of a sudden we hit the split jerk and we come right down with it. We don't really hold it. We don't spend a chance in support with it. So the dip work, and then we're going to do actually a split stance strict press, which might be a little different for you if you've never done it. But what's going to happen is you're going to be able to dial in that base of support, hold, come back down. And you're going to figure out what split stance is right for you, because you might, when you catch a split jerk, you might have a straight back leg, and you don't realize while doing a strict press in a split stance, this isn't a strong position, right? We got to bend it. You can play around where your foot is, and now we're going to work on that receiving position, build in some muscle memory for where our body should be, all right? So I love those 2 exercises, the dip and holds, the strict split press, all right? Just to work on getting comfortable in the areas we never spend time in. And you'd be surprised, without working on strength, just getting comfortable and building muscle memory, how your split jerk goes up. And then if you want to combine the 2, we can do a dip and pause into a split jerk and pause as things go on to really dial in your ability to hit those positions correctly. So what that looks like, dip, hold, try not to re-dip, explode, hold, and then reset, all right? So dip, hold, explode, hold, reset, all right? By adding in these pauses, by adding in that little bit of strict work, you'd be amazed how much more comfortable you get with split jerks, because we all have more strength to lift heavier weight. We just need to dial in these positions, get a little bit more comfortable. If you're looking for programming, for getting better at Olympic lifts, getting your base strength lifts up, check out StructuredStrength.com. I'll talk to you guys soon.